Hey folks, Roland Martin here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I'm up in upstate New York at the Mohawk Indian Reservation, and I'm on one of the rivers, and I'm going to wade it because it's kind of, some of this area you can't even get a boat. And I'm going to try another kind of combination. The little Senko has been really doing good, but we're also doing good on Wacky rigs. Now, if you can see that Wacky rig, it's a little 2/0 or little number 2 hook on a little O-ring. I got a little O-ring on the 4-inch Senko, and it happens to be a 297 green pumpkin. That's my favorite color. Okay, that's hooked up with a light line, light little spinning rod, little favorite rod and reel. And I'm just gonna start casting out there and just gonna work it slow and easy and just see what happens. Just keep it off the rocks. Oh, there's first cast. First cast. Well, now look what we got. We got a rock bass. First cast a rock bass. Well, better than nothing. First cast a rock bass. Well, we're after smallmouth. There's big smallmouth up here. This is the spawning season. It's the full moon of May. And there's a whole lot of really nice big smallmouth coming into these rivers to spawn. In fact, Will Clute is the head guide up here at the Mohawk Indian Reservation. And Will has had all sorts of biologists come up and do surveys and samples. And one of the things that they said, one of the things that they said happens is there's a higher percentage of fish right here in this river than probably any place in New York. It only runs for a couple, 3 miles right in here up through the reservation, but there's just really a lot of smallmouth bass here. Just let it drift along. I got to keep it out. It's shallow out there. It's only a couple feet deep, so I'm not going to really. I'm going to get over there a little farther, and I really want to get into that current seam. Right now, there's not much current here, so I figure that I need to get out across the river a little ways, a little farther. Okay. There's one. He's not very big, but who knows? Oh yeah, couple pound smallmouth. I love it. I tell you, I love this wading these rivers. That's fun. It's a fun deal, son. That's just a little one. Hey, but you know, you never know. You never know what you're gonna get. You never know what you're gonna get. Just a couple pounds smallmouth. But there's some big old 4 and 5 pounders out here that I might catch. I just have to keep working on them. Now, the nice thing about the Wacky rig is that you don't tear up the worm quite as bad as you normally do with a normal Senko. I can get several fish on the same Wacky rig. We'll just try different places. Anyway, let me get my tripod ready. I got a tripod. I'm filming by myself. I just kind of moving along with the tripod and set the tripod up in the river. And stay kind of shallow along here. A lot of wind right here. Sometimes you can make just a little small cast. There's one. Oh yeah, look at that guy. Oh, he got away. Did you see that? It was a 3-pounder. It was a nice one. It was a really good one. Well, okay, my O-ring is kind of slipping down the worm a little bit, so I'm going to move it back to the center. The rough rule of thumb is I just try to kind of get it in the middle and get the O-ring in the center of the worm as best I can. I just kind of move it down, move it in position. Here we go. There's an egg sac on these worms about halfway down. The back of it's about halfway. And that's kind of where I'm doing now. I'm kind of putting it on the egg sac. And I'll just come along like this and hook it like this. Okay. Now, make a kind of a small cast right there. See what happens. That was a nice 3-pounder. That was a good fish. Hang on. Tell you, this place is full of fish. I'm not in a really great spot. I'm going to probably find a lot better place, but for right now, I'm catching a couple. I'm catching a few fish. Of course, that's the problem with wading. You can't just go cover a whole lot of water. I mean, you have to shuffle your feet along. It's all rocks and slippery, and I've got to go real slow. I mean, you just don't zoom around out here taking big steps, because you're going to fall off a rock into deep water, number one. You're going to trip on stuff, number two. And you're going to slip and slide, and you just have to slide your feet slow and easy, and just kind of, uh-oh, there it is. Now, there's one. I got one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come on, bass. There's one. Nice one. Nice one. Good bass. Yeah, boys. Nice one. Oh, where'd he go? He's out there. He's out there. Big old nice bass. Oh yeah, look at that guy. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Big old 3 or 4 pounder. Woo! That's fun stuff. And it's fun wading like this. This is such a treat, catching these fish, wading in the water like this. Wacky rig Senkos. Nice big 3 or 4 pounder. Look at this guy. Ah, I'm telling you. Big nice bass. Big nice bass. Big, nice bass. Okay. Okay, look at this guy. Woo, son, that's a nice one. That's as good as it gets, huh? Hey, look at this big guy. He's a beautiful bass. That's what we're talking about, if I can get him unhooked. He's not real deep. There we go. 3.5, about 3.5, 4 pounds. Woo, son, that's just as nice as it gets. But the beautiful thing about this Wacky rig is I still have the worm. It's still on the line. 10-pound line, little number 2, little hook. That's my Wacky rig, folks. That's it right there. That's the deal right there. Wacky rig time. Okay, let's try another one. Let's see what we can get going here. Now I slowed it down and got it a little deeper. Oh, I had one on. Maybe I found a little school. I just missed one. Oh. I just hit a rock. I hit a rock. Okay, let's go on up here a little farther up. We're gonna kind of ease along. I gotta be careful. I got a tripod and a camera in one hand, a rod in the other. I can actually use my rod as a staff. It doesn't hurt the reel much to put it underwater. Keep myself from slipping and falling. Anyway, just ease along here. I got a good one on. I don't know how big. He's big. He's a big one. He's a big one. He's a big one. Yes, sir, son. Look at this guy. That's a really, really good one. Really a good one. Really a good one. Close to 4 pounds. Close to 4-pound bass. Woo! What a fish. I mean, that's just quality. That's 3 something, but still, 3-pound fish, 3-pound smallmouth. It's a lot of fun in the current. This is just a light spinning tackle. You know, we're dealing with, I got a 15-pound test braid line. This is a 7-foot medium heavy action favorite rod, and it's also a favorite spinning reel. And I have a little leader on here, making a nice long cast. Another one. I'm telling you, folks, this is incredible. Incredible fish. Incredible bass. Incredible bass. Incredible bass. Woo! I'm telling you, folks, this is something. This is something. Wacky rig. Boy, they love a wacky rig. They love the wacky rig. They just love it. These got to be males. I think they're males. These aren't the big females. These are, but they're fighting harder. They're fighting harder than the females. So these are the 2-pound males that are just piling up here. There's so many of them. Just hundreds of them. Hundreds of them. Hundreds and hundreds of fish. Well, the sun is finally coming out. I have made like 20 straight casts and had like 20 straight strikes. I'm gonna make maybe like one more cast, hopefully catch a big 4 or 5 pounder. And I think we're about running out of film, running out of tape. These fish are just stacked in there so well. There's one. Oh, look at that guy. He's a big one too. He's a big one. He's a big one. He's big. Yes, sir. Well, I tell you, folks, it's a dream come true. Well, number one, coming up here to fish these Mohawk areas is just wonderful, and the Saint Laurence River is great. Fishing with a good friend, Will Clute, he can make all that happen. But it's just this particular spot. I've never seen a school of fish like this. I've never made 21 straight casts and had 21 straight bites. And most of them in 3 and 4 or 5 seconds they bite it. So this is another great big one in the 4-pound class. It's just a beautiful bass. Maybe not quite 4, but 3.5. He's a big one. But the point is, folks, this is a dream come true. And Will Clute can put you on these kind of fish. Look up Mohawk Trails Guide Service. That's Will Clute, Mohawk Trail Guide Service. And you can come up here to northern New York on the Saint Laurence River and catch beautiful, beautiful 3, 4, and 5 pound smallmouth until your arms are tired. Folks, I've really enjoyed this wading segment. I really enjoyed teaching you a few things about the Wacky rig. And I'll tell you, the next time you're out, you got to try the Wacky rig. It's just a lot of fun. We'll see you again soon. And thanks for watching. Hit that likes button. See you again soon.